Right guys, welcome to the channel and to this 2,500 point battle report between Khorne Daemonkin and Eldar. Right, so this Imperial city has been abandoned. It was taken over by Chaos Cultists and Khorne has raised hell. The monastery in the centre has been abandoned and the demons are surging forward to destroy everything in its path. But on this side, an Eldar webway gate has opened up and Craftworld Oathway are pouring out to stop the tide of blood. The mission today is Cloak and Shadows, and we've got 6 objectives for the Eldar and the Khorne Daemonkin to fight over. So next to the webway gate we have objective 1. In the monastery we have objective 2. On the outskirts we've got objective 3 and 4. Number 5 in no man's land, and number 6 just on the other side of the webway gate. Right guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got with me Liam. He hasn't been on the channel for a while, but he's been painting his Eldar up and he's challenged the Khorne Daemonkin. It's going to be brutal.
Yep.
There's D on both sides.
Yep.
And are you looking forward to it?
No.
No, I'm playing Eldar, mate. If anyone's not going to look forward to it, it's definitely me. However,
we don't like close combat.
That is true, and Khorne do. So, without further ado, let's have a look at the armies. Looks 2,500 points of Khorne Daemonkin, and we are running a Blood Horse detachment. And down here we've got a Slaughter Cult. Heading up the Slaughter Cult is the Lord on Juggernaut. He has a Sigil of Corruption, Lightning Core, Gore Drinker, and Plasma Pistol on a Juggernaut. We've got a unit of 8 Khorne Berserkers, the champion having a power weapon. We've got a unit of 10 Space Marines, 5 of them with extra close combat weapons, 2 of them with melter guns, and the champion with a power weapon as well. They are riding in a Rhino with no upgrades. We've got 2 units of 8 Bloodletters, each of them with the Blood Reaver upgrade in there. We've got the mandatory 5 Possessed, and we have a single Chaos Spawn. We've then got 3 War Engines. We've got a Mauler Fiend with Lasher Tendrils. We have Deaf Air with the Battle Cannon, Power Scourge, and Auto Cannon. We've got the Soul Grinder with Flame Bombardment and Warp Sword. We do have the I can't remember his name, but it's the Bloodthirster of Infected Fury, the giant D-Axe on the front there. We've then got another auxiliary choice of Gore Pack, and what a Gore Pack it is. We've got 2 units of Bikers, 2 Plasma, 2 Melter, each of the champions having a power weapon, and then we've got 4 units of 5 Khorne Hounds. And finally we have a flyer wing of a Helldrake with Bale Flamer.
Hello guys, this is my 2,500 points worth of Eldar that I will be using to go up against Harry. I'm running a CAD with 2 formations. Starting right to left, I have a 10-man squad of Guardians with the Scalazer upgrade. I then also have a Warlock leader who has Conceal, Reveal and Destruct Renewer. He rolled on Runes of Battle. I then have a 6-man squad of Jet Bikes. They all have the Scalazer upgrade. They are joined by the Warlord, who is a Farsaber on Jet Bike with the Spirit Stone. His psychic abilities are Invisibility, Guide and Psychic Shriek. Fast attack, I have a Crimson Hunter Exarch. We are playing Death from the Skies rules, and he is allowed to reroll 1s, which is great against flyers. My elites, I have a 5-man squad of D-Scythes inside of a Wave Serpent. The Wave Serpent has Holofield upgrade, Scatter Lasers and Underslung Shooting Cannon. Heavy support, I have 3 Falcons in a squadron, so I can deep strike them without scattering. They all have Underslung Shooting Cannons and Scatter Lasers on the side, and their 5-up invuln, which is Holofields. I then have a Forge World Warp Hunter with just the Hollowfield upgrade. I then have 3 jet bikes with scatter lasers to capture objectives. And the last member of the card is a Farseer. Just standard Farseer. His abilities are Guide, Psychic Shriek and Shrouding, so he should be helping the Dark Reapers. The formations, I have the Swooping Hawks with 6 Hawks inside of it, plus the Exarch. The Exarch has the Sun Rifle upgrade. I then have 5 Warp Spiders. The Exarch has the Spinneret Rifle upgrade. And then I have the Dark Reapers, and they all have Starshot Missile upgrade. That is the first formation. They all have +1 ballistic skill. The second formation is 2 squads of Fire Dragons, identical to each other. The Exarch doesn't have any upgrades. They will be riding inside of the Falcons. I'm not sure yet if I want to deep strike them, but if I do, it should hopefully cause a lot of damage. And finally, I have 5 Dire Avengers. They will also be jumping in the extra Falcon. The Exarch for the Dire Avengers has a Shimmer Shield and Power Weapon upgrade, so the squad gets a 5-up invuln. As well, he gets his 4-up invuln as standard because of Exarch. And that is my 2,500 points worth of Eldar, guys.
Right guys, so welcome back. After deployment, the Khorne Hounds have moved up with their scout move, but on this flank we've got 8 Berserkers and part of the Gore pack there with the 2 Melter Guns and the Mauler Fiend. All of the Hounds have pushed forward. The Warlord and his unit of Hounds have pushed forward as well, as has the 4th unit of Flesh Hounds as well. Meanwhile, on this flank we've got a slow moving force. We've got the Soul Grinder and the Defiler, as well as the Bloodletters down there. We've got the D-Thirster right in the centre with the Spawn, and hidden on this flank out of line of sight we've got the Bikers with the Plasma and the Warp Talons as well. Let's have a quick look at Liam's counter deployment. Right, so Liam's counter deployment, he's got the Farseer with the 6 bikes at this side, and he's got the Warp Hunter nearly in the centre with the Spiders. Guardians on the piece of ruin here at this side. Whilst on this flank he's got the Dark Reapers with the Farseer, another unit of Bikers and the Wave Serpent. What's in the Wave Serpent?
D-sides.
Lovely, lovely. In reserve you have the 3 Falcons, the Hawks, Dire Avengers and 2 units of Fire Dragons along with the Crimson Hunter.
Yep.
In reserve I have the Helldrake. Our Warlord traits, which we forgot to mention, mine is Preferred Enemy, which confers to the entire unit. Meanwhile, Liam's is Add 1 to seize the initiative. So with the Hounds pushing forward, Liam does get to seize up on a 5-up, and I'm hoping to God that he doesn't.
No.
And that's a 1. Thank God, at least we can get up in his face before he gets around to shooting, and means I can charge turn 2 with all them lovely Hounds. Right, so this is Cloak and Shadows. I'm not revealing my cards to Liam, and these are the ones that I've gotten. Right, so we've moved forward with the turn pretty quickly. We've done all of the run and movement phase. There's no sighting thanks to being Khorne, but we do have a couple of shots, so we'll resolve them on camera. But everything has moved and ran. The Possessed and the Bloodletter's getting a 10-inch move all together, heading up towards the Bikers over there, or at least try and force Liam the other way. The Thirster has moved, hopefully out of line of sight of the Reapers, but we've still got a horrible, nasty Warp Hunter there. These dogs, after the scout move, they moved forward 12 again, and then ran 3 to get them within 3 inches of this objective. And the Spawn and these have also pushed forward as well. The Rhino smashing through the ruins. It's not going to go any further though, it is going to stay near that objective. Meanwhile, both the Defiler and Soul Grinder Pua moves through cover, but they can see the Warp Hunter through the ruins. over the heads of the dog. Meanwhile, across this side, all of the hounds have pushed forward. They've all ran apart from the Warlord's unit, and hopefully we can avoid at least a couple of shots from them. Nasty D-size in there. The Soul Grinder, Mauler Fiend, only getting a 1-inch move, unfortunately. And these guys here just tucking up. So, we've got a couple of shots to fire. Let's move on to shooting phase. Right, so the only thing that is going to be doing any shooting is these two guys here. We are going to target the Warp Hunter over there. So Liam, would you be so kind, please? Right slap bang in the centre, just above the cockpit. We'll do the Flame Bombardment from the Soul Grinder first. Liam is going to get a full cover save due to being behind the runes regardless, so no jinking there for him. So Ballistic Skill 3, and that is way back. That is a massive scatter of 6 inches. I think that's probably going to be off. We'll work that out and come back. Right, so that is off the table. Unfortunately, we've got 3 shots from the Harvester Cannon hitting on 6s, and that's a hit. Strength 7, armor 12 for 2. That is nothing, unfortunately. Right, and the Battle Cannon from the Defiler is going to have a shot as well. Wow, really? 6 inches back again is another miss. And then we've got 2 shots from the Reaper Auto Cannon Twin Linked. That is both a miss. And 2 shots again, nothing. So uneventful shooting phase. Yeah. Right, so with that abysmal shooting comes the end of Khorne Daemonkin turn 1. A very fast turn indeed. We do score secure objective 2, Liam, as the hounds are on, the Rhino is on it. And we score secure objective 4 because the Khorne dogs are on it. But this one I'm going to keep.
Right, Eldar turn 1. I've drawn that. We could possibly get it. That, if the dice are good to us, definitely. That, more than likely. Let's see what happens.
Right, so movement phase for the Eldar. The Wave Serpent has pushed forward and the Wraithguard D-sides have jumped out. And we're going to get 20 hits on this Hound squad here, hopefully. I doubt very much, but we might survive. The Bikers have pushed forward this way and looking to hopefully support with the Guardians and taking out potentially the Warlord's unit or this unit of dogs as well. The Warp Hunter pushing forward ever so slightly to get a line of fire in on the Soul Grinder and Defiler there, and Schoolboy error on my part. I've overlapped the legs, so if Liam places it carefully he's going to hit both of them. Hopefully they'll survive, hopefully. The Spider's leaping into action to hopefully take out these guys. Meanwhile the Bikers and the Farseer are there leaping into action. Liam's thinking Psychic Shriek on the Bloodletters, and the Bikers can just see the Bloodthirster around the corner there. So Liam has 2 Farseers and a Warlock, which means 7 Psychic Dice base plus D6, Liam. 2. Right, so Liam's going to cast Guide on the Bike Squad with this Farseer. Looking for 4s.
Use
3 dice, okay. And it goes off on 2, you can have that. Right, so the Farseer is now looking to Psychic Shriek the Bloodletters. 1 Warp Charge. Here we go, if we're looking for 4s. And he gets it on 2. Nope, you can have that. And per the FAQ errata, it automatically hits 3d6 minus 7, Liam. What's that? Oh, that's high, that's 8, 13. So yeah, I've got 6 invulns to make. So 6 5-up invulns, and we pass 1, so I lose 5 guys, and there is 3 at the front before I get the Blood Reaver, so we will look out 2 of them. And no, so he goes down, so I lose 5 Bloodletters. And finally, invisibility on the Bikers.
He will use the Spirit Stone to reduce it to Warp Charge 1.
Yep.
But he sacrifices invuln.
He does. So you get it off on 1.
I will re-roll the 3.
Runes of the Farseer, of course, yep. For double 6, so he does peril. Do I want to stop that though? So no, I'm not going to stop it. So Liam, do you want to roll on the perils table? That's a 2. I believe that's Forget a Power. We will come back after we've double checked. Right, so that is Forget a Power and take a wound. So he's got 3 powers. He's got Psychic Shriek on a 1 or a 2, Invisibility on a 3 or a 4, and Guide on a 5 or 6, Liam. So which one does he forget? Forgets Guide. And would you like to negate one of your final 2 warp charges to negate the wound?
No.
Okay, and the last power that you're doing, I believe, is Guide from this far seer here across on the warp hunter, yes?
Yep.
Looking for 4s. That is a 4 and a 3. However, he does get the reroll. That's 1, and of course I'm going to try and stop this. And I don't, unfortunately. So let's move on to Eldar Shoot. Right, so the Wraith over here do hit the dogs. Each of the Wraith hit 4 dogs. So they are wounding on 3s, Liam, due to the D-side roll. 20 hits, and this is going to be nasty. There's a lot of 1s and 2s there. Right, so that's 13 causing wounds. Now I do get a 5 up in run against these. They only strength 4 for the purpose of instant death. That is a lot of fails. I only save 4. So how many does that leave?
9.
9. Technically, if they are all 1s and 2s, I can survive with a single wound. Anything above a 3, there we go. Oh, nearly survived, only 4 of them there. So that is the dog unit gone, which does score me a blood type point and scores Liam first blood. Alright, the Guardians here, of course, going to be shooting in at the dogs on this side. That's 18 shots, as one of them will be using the scatter laser once Liam's shot. So hitting on 3s, Liam. 18 dice. Fair few misses there. Hopefully we can survive this one as well. Right, so that's 9 hits, Liam, wounding on 4s.
Yep.
4 wounds, looking for 5 ups. 1 dog dies, so we'll take that one. Right, so these bikers are going to lend a hand into the dogs as well. That's 9 shots, hitting on 3s. Ooh, a couple of misses in there. 6 hits, wounding on 2s. That is 6, so we've got 6 5 up in runs. And that is 2 dogs down and 1 taking another wound. Right, so the scatter laser is on the wave serpent, taking a couple of shots across at the Mauler Fiend. So that's 4 shots, Liam, twin linked. 1 miss. Looking for 6s. Wow, 2 glances, 5 up in run. And we take 2 hull points, he's down to 1. Right, so with the wounded Mauler Fiend just through the ruins there, the Dark Reaper's going to be taking shots. That's 4 shots at strength 8, hitting on 2s. 2 shots at strength 8, hitting on 2s, re-rolling to a 6. So the red dice will be the Exarch. And that's all hit. So you're looking for 4s, Liam. That is 2 penetrating hits. Now I've got 4 cover and a glance. Which one do you want first? The pens?
Yeah.
2 5-4 because of cover. Nope, and he goes through. Penetrating hit. You can't explode him, so he's just going to be a wreck. That's 2 units Liam has now managed to kill. Right, Warp Spiders shooting at the Flesh Hounds here. Same amount of shot, well, two shots each from the Spiders hitting on 2s, and this rapid fire spinner rifle from the Exarch hitting on 2s, re-rolling to a 6. Oh, horrible stuff. There's a couple of 1s there, and re-roll 1 from the floor. That's how many then? 2, 4, 6, 7 wounds. So 5 up in runs. So that is 6 wounds go through, which kills the front 3 dogs. Alright, so these guys are now shooting into the Bloodthirster. I don't even know how many shots that is. 36? Not 3 shots,
6 times
24. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling thanks to Guide. Fair few misses there. Hitting on 3s. Still 4 misses.
Yep.
Now wounding on 4s, 6s rend. The rend's important because it'll drop me to my invuln. That'll be a cover save actually because he's 50% obscured.
Rend, it's scatterless.
Ah. Right, so scatter laser's wounding on 4.
Ouch.
That is a very good roll for me. 5 wounds. Well, I should survive with a 3-up armor.
Dead.
Really? He's not dead. It's still 3 wounds though. He's down to, I think, 2.
I think he should be dead from that.
No, that's why. 3 up. I should. I can see exactly how this game is going now, Liam. Right, so Liam's now using the Warp Hunter. He's going to target it right here, aiming for the Defiler, but also hitting the Soul Grinder as well. So, do you hit Liam?
Oh, I need a
D3.
One.
That's only 2 shots. That's not too shabby for me. Could survive it. Direct hit, so that's a hit on each of them, and then where does the second one flip to? Flip straight forward, so that's only going to hit the Soul Grinder, so the direct hit will be there, and the flip forward just onto the Soul Grinder. So do you want to do 2 on the Soul Grinder first? 6 is not counting, thanks to -1. Right, so that is 2 D3 wounds, thanks to the special rule for the Warp Hunter's gun. 6s don't count as a devastating blow, so that's 2 D3 of hull points, but I do get a 5-up invuln. Pass 1, fail 1, so that's D3 hull points, Liam. And that's 1 hull point gone, so he's down to 3. Right, so that D hit is a P2, so do you blow the Soul Grinder up? Please no. 3 comes a 4, which means he's stunned. Not what I wanted, but not too bad. At least I'm alive. Meanwhile, 1 hit on the Defiler, so D3, D-table 1 does nothing. Wow. So yeah, he survived. That was very lucky on my part, I think, there. Right, so we're going to move into the assault phase. The bikers here are going to jump. How far are they going to jump, Liam? 9 inches.
Yeah, back behind the building.
Back behind the building, of course. And the guys over that side, are they jumping as well?
Yep.
How far are they jumping? They are jumping 6 inches straight back?
Yep.
No problem.
The warp spiders?
Yep. They are jumping 8 inches, not too shabby at all, so we'll move them and come back. Right, so Liam scores no prisoners for killing the Mauler Fiend and 1 unit of dogs. He also scores first blood, putting him in a 3 to my 2. But more importantly, I'm now on 4 blood tide points, thanks to 1 at the start of turn 1, 2 for 2 units killed, and 1 for the start of turn 2. Let's have a look at my card. Right, so I've still got this card, but I've now drawn these 2. One of them I can definitely get, the other one might be difficult, but if I can do what I think I'm going to do, I can get both of these at once. Now, although we're playing Death from the Skies, we're not using the dogfight phase, so does my Helldrake come on? It does. Let's see what we can do with new model, see if it suffers from new model syndrome. Alright, so at the start of the turn, I'm going to give the entire army Feel No Pain. I'm going to use 3 blood type points for that. I'm going to give the Slaughter Cult Adamantium Will to prevent those Psychers next turn. Right, so over here the Helldrake has came on and the bikers have leapt into action, hopefully looking to take down some of the Wraith and potentially the Wave Serpent. The dogs at this side, 12 inches straight into cover, so they are only going to need a 3-inch charge up to the top, thanks to them being beasts. These guys are only going to need 6. There will be swing last those that don't have frag grenades, but across this side, the Rhinos moved 6 and the Marines have jumped out. We've got 2 melter guns at the front looking at that Warp Hunter as well as the spawn, and the dogs hopefully looking to lend a hand. If I don't shoot it to death, we're looking to hopefully then charge the dogs at either the spiders or the Warp Hunter as well. Across here, these guys and the bikers have pulled across looking to secure objective 3 for the moment, and the possessed, the Bloodletters and the Bloodthirster are heading this way. We need to make it in there desperately. Alright, so moving straight into the shooting phase, the Helldrake is going to target these guys with the Bill Flamer. You can also clip the rear armour of that Wave Serpent as well. So I'm going to use the Demon Forge Liam, which means on a roll of 1 I take a whole point, but I can reroll to wound otherwise. So I can reroll to wound. So there's 5 hits on the Wraithguard, needing for 4s to kill, and 3 don't kill. Rerolling to wound, 1 more, so 3 dead. Not too shabby. And then we've got rear armor 10 of the Serpent, isn't it?
Yep.
So force to glance. Reroll to pen thanks to Demon Forge. Nothing. Fantastic. So what we'll now do, Liam, is we'll fire 2 melter guns from the bikers at the Wraith Guard there as well, hitting on 3s. Wow. And 1 rapid fireball gunshot. Twin linked. 2 hits, needing a 6 to wound. No wounds. Right, single plasma gun shot from the Juggerlord, and I've got preferred enemy, so I get to reroll the ones. This is at the Dark Reapers. 1 hit. That's 1, so 4 cover Liam. And dies, so 1 Dark Reaper down. Right, down here we've got 2 melter guns going to shoot at the Warp Hunter, so looking for 3s. Both hit, within 6 inches Liam, so that's 2 dice to pen. That's 1 pen. 6, 8, 14, that is a second pen. Sorry, I didn't ask you, would you like to jink?
No.
Right, so 2 5 Apollo Fields. That's a 1. So 1's passed, 1 goes through. AP 1 though, so adding 2. What's that?
3.
3 becomes a 4, 5, which is weapon.
No, it's 1, so it becomes a 3.
Ah, right, no problem. So you are now snap firing at least, and he's lost a single hull point. I think maybe we'll charge the spawn in there so you can see if we can bring it down. The only other shot that we've got to fire is I'm going to use the Defiler to shoot straight across. Unfortunately, the Soul Grinder can't fire due to being stunned. So Liam, would you mind placing that kind of more towards that side, please? Thank you. Wow. Wow. Lovely.
Hang on.
5 inches straight back from where your 2 dice is. Does it still hit? We'll work that out and come back. Right, so I do hit the Warp Hunter still. I hit the single hound, and unfortunately I actually hit 3 of the Marines, the melter guns being at the front there. I will get a cover save, thankfully, for the rocks being in the way, and the closest ones would be the ones at the back. However, Warp Hunter Ordnance, that's a 6 and a 5, so the 6 is a penetrating hit, Liam. 4 up, sorry, cover. Due to cover.
4 up. Nope.
Okay, so what happens? 1, shaken still. I will then snap shoot the auto cannon, twin linked, no hits. On the Marines, I wound 3 Marines, looking for 2s. So that actually kills 2, 4 cover, 1 dies, and that would come from the back, unfortunately. Meanwhile, on the Hound, 4 wounds, and then I've got 4 cover due to the Aegis. 3, so that insta-kills that back Hound, Liam. Not too bad for you. And I think that is almost it for shooting. Right, so moving on to the assault phase. The Khorne Dogs here and the Juggerlord are going to charge your Dark Reapers, Liam. So, shouting pistol from the Farseer. No hits, so I need at least a 6. Wow, 5. Not what I wanted. So the dogs underneath will now charge. They are 3 inches away, and they make it, thankfully. A 1 and a 2 beasts ignore terrain, so they will make it, thankfully. Not too good on the charges there. Crossing the centre, the spawn is going to charge a Warp Hunter, Liam. That's probably, what, 4-inch charge to the hull? That's a 9, so he's in regardless. Meanwhile, across here, Possessed at this side are going to charge in at the bikers there. We've measured it, it's 11 inches, but they've got fleet. Oh, sorry Liam, would you like to overwatch?
Not against them.
Not against them. Right, I'm going to fleet this. Oh, there's 11 inches, mate. 5 and a 6.
Alright.
They have made it in with no overwatch, which means that the Bloodthirster is now going to charge in straight after them as well. For 4, no he's not. Lovely. Right, so unfortunately the Bloodthirster not making it in, and I needed him to make it in there because he's now sat in the open like a sitting duck. The last charge I'm going to make, Liam, Warp Hunter Snapfire next turn anyway, so I'm going to charge that dog at the 5 spiders. Would you like to overwatch, good sir?
Yeah.
That is 10 shots hitting on 6s.
Normal guys, 6s.
Exarch, no hits.
1.
Oh, 1, sorry, my apologies. 2s to wound.
Yep.
Yep, 5 up invuln. Nope, so he loses a wound, but he's going to make that charge regardless. So let's work out these combats. Right, so working out combats, these guys have charged in. The champion has issued a challenge, but Liam has refused. He's not going to get to use his invuln. And of course, the champion could be AP3, so Phil is going to kindly roll the Beyond Mutation. And what is that? That is a 5.
+1 attack and +1 initiative.
+1 attack and initiative, that means I'm swinging at initiative 5. Same time as Liam, and that's 5 attacks each thanks to Rage, Strength 6 thanks to Furious Charge. Right, so the Possessed are swinging with 25 attacks. Weapon skill of mine is 4, your weapon skill is 4. Hitting on 4s. Not too bad. So weapon skill makes no difference, I totally forgot, Liam is invisible. So that is 5 hits, wounding on 2s. And that is 5 wounds, Liam, so 5 armor saves, please. That's 1, 2 dead. Right, so that's 2 dead jet bikers. However, you do get to swing at the same time thanks to being initiative 5 elf. So yeah, 6 attacks. Weapon skill 4, so that is 3 hits. I am toughness 4, so you are wounding on 5, strength 3. That is no wounds, so I do win combat, and I win by 2, so you're down to leadership 8, Liam.
Fine.
And he passes on 7. Meanwhile, the Spawn over here is going to charge. He has Rage, and let's see what happens. He gets D6 extra, wow, 1 extra attack. So the Spawn does have a mutation, and it's D3. Phil's going to roll this again. 3, which is...
You roll 2 dice for your D6 attacks and you pick the highest.
Right, well that was my first dice, Liam, so we'll roll the second dice. Wow, really?
Jade!
So, hitting on the Warp Hunter on 3s. That's 2 hits. I am strength of 5 with Furious Charge, thanks to Mark of Khorne. I only need a single 4+ and it's gone. There we go, but he's got 5 up invuln thanks to Hollowfields. Please.
Probably just fail that, it's okay.
And the Warp Hunter is erect, scoring me another Blood Tide point. Right, so the Fleshhound here has 3 attacks on the charge. Weapon skill of the spiders, I believe, is 4. And that one's going to get clocked, we'll re-roll that. 3, I believe the Hound's a weapon skill 5. Right, so Liam does get the swing first, thanks to being initiative 5, so that's 6 attacks altogether.
Yep.
Hitting me on 4s. That's 2 hits, wounding me on 5s, because I'm toughness 5. That is no wounds, we'll swing. So the 3 does hit, I am weapon skill 5, Liam's majority weapon skill 4. I have Furious Charge, which means I'm wounding on 2s. There's 3 wounds, Liam, 3 up armors. And they stick. And we've got
a hit and run.
Okay, don't roll a 6.
I'll probably just roll a 6. Nope, no.
And there you go, 2. So 3d6 and any direction. Which direction are you going?
This one.
Straight this way? Yeah, so 3d6. 9, 10, 11 inches. Gets him nicely there. Which means he's going to fire at my lord. Fantastic. Right, so this combat up here, the Dark Reapers are going to go first. So that's 5 attacks, Liam. Hitting on 4s. 2 hits, wounding on 5s. That is 1 wound. Fail a save, so that is 1 wound off the hounds. Meanwhile, your Farseer is now going to swing. 1 attack.
2.
Alright, so he misses. Meanwhile, I get 9 attacks back. Hitting on 3s, that is poor. And we are wounding on 2 2s because of Furious Charge and Toughness 3. That is 5 3-up armors, please, Liam.
Made all of them.
Wow. Wow. Right, 3 Hammer of Wrath from the dogs. And that is 3 wounds. So 3 3-ups. Would have killed 2 of them. Right, so we don't know who did that wound doing Hammer of Wrath afterwards, but we're going to allocate the wound anyway. Liam does lose combat by 1. Leash 10 because of the Farseer. So down to 9. And he sticks around. Alright, so at the end of Khorne turn 2, we score this objective marker 3 with the bikers. And we don't score either of these 2, unfortunately. But we do hopefully continue on and destroy some units. We've inflicted casualties, and I've only killed 1 unit, which will only get me the 1 point next turn to start with. So I wonder what Liam's going to kill. We only killed the Warp Hunter in return during that turn.
Eldar turn 2. I kept these two cards last turn, so this is the one I drew.
Right, so reserves for Eldar as things are starting to heat up. Liam has in reserve a Crimson Hunter Exarch. Is not on.
I get to reroll because of Warlord Trade.
You do. Is on. We've got the Falcons.
They're on.
And we've got the Swooping Hawks.
A reroll them because they're not being lazy this time. Yay.
And they are on, so we'll work out the reserves and come back. Right, so Craftword, Ulthwaite are making their mark. The Wraith Guard have moved round to deflame the Lord. That is not what I wanted in the slightest, but never mind. The Bikers and the Wave Serpent and the Crimson Hunter leaping forward to potentially take out the Helldrake and the Bikers at this side. Meanwhile, down here, 3 Falcons with 2 units of Fire Dragons have landed. And I'm silly because I forgot this guy can ignore Stunned and Shaken on a 2+. So now he's going to pay for it. Deafy's probably going to go, and potentially the Bikers as well. The Warp Spiders up here have spread out, looking to help support the Wraith and taking out the Lord. And the Guardians have pushed that way to potentially take out the Dog or the Spawn. Maybe even the Marines bolstering the defences behind that line. But the Dire Avengers have leapt out that side onto that objective there. Meanwhile, Liam is going to drop the grenade pack from the Swooping Hawks straight on their heads. So Liam, if you go on there, mate, that will be all 8 of them. It's a direct hit, so that's 8 to wounds, needing 4s. Right, so 8 hits wounding on 4s. That is 3. So 3 3-up armors. Fail 2. I've still got Feel No Pain active though. And 2 of them die. Right, so going into the Psychic phase, Liam has still got 7 plus D6, Liam, for 3. So let's have a look at these plans. Right, so we're not sure we think we can do it, but this guy can cast Blessings whilst locked in combat with a dog, so he's going to cast Shrouding on the 2 Wraith. Needing 4s. And that goes off on 4, I can't stop it, so that goes off. And then he's going to cast, what was it, Guide?
Guide on the 3 bikes.
Yep, no problem. That goes off on 1.
I will reroll these 2.
Okay.
Nope.
Still goes off on 1.
He will cast Conceal on his own unit.
Which is Shrouding, yeah?
Shrouding, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Use 2. Goes off once.
Right, so that is Liam done in the Psychic phase. Unfortunately, I thought he was going to go for invisibility with the other Farseer, so I didn't stop Guide on these bikes. So let's move on to shoot. Right, so shooting phase, these guys are going to fight into the Dog and the Warlord's units, so that's 10 shots, Liam. The Reds re-rolling to, oh, it's a couple of 1s. It's a couple of 1s, and then you're wounding on 2s. 6s being AP 1, in case we get back to the Lord. So that is how many? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds. 5 up in runs. That passes 3. I've still got feel no pain. So that will do 3 wounds, which will kill that dog and the 1-on-1 wound next to him. Right, the spiders are then battle focusing, and Liam's rolled a 5, so they are securing back onto objective 5 here. The D-Flamer's looking across over the Aegis defense line here, get a total of 5 hits on this unit. So do you want to roll to wound Liam? Looking for 3s, that is 2 that don't go through, but that's 3 wounds. So I do get me invulns against this. I'm not going to do this one at a time because the Lord has a different invulnerable. 5, whoops, that is 1 past, that is 2 past. So that's 1, and 1 dog suffers D3 wounds for 3, which would obviously kill him. Right, the Crimson Hunter Exarch is going to be shooting at the Helldrake. I am going to Jink. I need to keep him alive. Baleflame will be very, very helpful next turn, but yeah, I am going to Jink. So let's have a look then. 4 shots, reroll. Wow, rerolling the 1s thanks to your flyer trait. So that's 3 hits at strength 8 AP 2. We're rolling these at the same time because the lance won't make a difference. So looking for 4s. That is 2 pens and a glance. So 2 pens, 1 goes through and a glance. Saved. So 1 penetrating hit at AP 2, Liam. That's cocked. 5 becomes a 6, which is immobilized, which is 18 inches straight forward next turn. Right, so the scat bikers are now going to shoot into the bikers. I'm not going to jink, as they're not going to be able to run. So that's 12 shots, Liam, and these are guided as well. So only a single miss was that?
Yep.
And hit. So you're now looking for 3s to wound because I'm toughness 5. Oh, a lot of 1s and 2s there. So that is 3, 6, 7 wounds. I've got 3 up armor. Wow, that's poor. And then I've got 5 of feel no pain. So 1 dies. Oh, do I let the champion go down and keep the melter guns? I think I do. So we will lose the champion, unfortunately. He is the closest. Right, so the Wave Serpent's firing at the same biker squadron. Twin linked scatter lasers, 4 shots hitting on 3s. That one's cocked to re-roll that. Right, and then re-roll the one for twin linked. So that is 3 hits, wounding on 3s.
Nope.
Nothing. So he's going to pop the shield, which is 2d6. 5 shots, hitting on 3s. That's 3 hits, wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds, 3 up armor. Loves it. 3 shots from the Sheraton Cannon. I am not going to jink reluctantly. And they all miss. Wow. Right, so the Guardians here are battle focused forward, looking to take on the Marines here. So Liam's going to be using his Sheraton catapults. That's what, 18 shots again?
Yep.
Hitting on 3s. Wounded on 4s with 6s rending. Oh, there's a couple of more 6s than I like to see there. So that's 3 rends, 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds. Right, so we've got 3 rends to go through with feel no pain, but we've got 4 wounds. Failed 1 armor save, so we've now got 4 feel no pains to make. And 2 die. The closest is 1 melter gun and 1 bolt gun. Alright, 4 shots from the scatter laser, hitting on 3s. And that is 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds, 3 up armor. Loves it. Right, Fire Dragons are shooting Deaf Air with his Apple of Khorne. Right, so all 6 Fire Dragons hit Deafy, and that is Liam's to pen roll. That was the double. We just rolled them single dice, obviously the 4 make it a 5. Meaning 13. So I have 5 bin runs to make. This is not going to go well. Yeah, he's gone. You want to see if you blow him up with 5 dice, Liam? Adding 2, 3 because the Fire Dragon's an AP 1. 6 and a 5, so he explodes. How far? 2 inches, it'll get the first 2 fire dragons. Really? Okay. Right, he does also clip that biker, so lean wounding on A5. Of course. And saved. So these fire dragons at this soul grinder, I'm guessing.
Yep.
So that's 5 dice, and the red one will be the exile again.
2s.
2s, red reroll the 1s. 6s even.
All hit.
So that's all hit. Let's take that one. And you just want to roll these, and any 4s will be an auto pen anyway. Right, so there is 3 glances. So do you want to add a dice to each of them? So 2 plus 3 makes it 13, which is a pen.
Nice.
13 makes it 11. I'll double check the rear armor of the soul grinder. I think it's 11. And that's a pen. So let's just see if we save these anyway. So we saved 3 actually. And the glance we don't save. So 3 hull points go through. So either way it's gone. But 2 penetrating hits. So do you explode? Plus 3, yes you do. How far? 3 inches is going to get probably 2 or 3 dragons and the biker there. So do you want to roll to wound my biker? 2, nope, and probably get 3 fire dragons there, I think. That's 3 wounds. 3 ups, and all fine. Right, so with the soul grinder and defiler going, I get an extra 2 blood type points, putting me at 3. Because I only killed 1 unit last turn so far. Meanwhile, these guys are going to take fire from all 3 falcons. So, is this the pulse laser first?
Pulse laser.
I am jinking. So 4 hits out of 6, wounding on 2s. That is 3 wounds, 4 jink. And feel no pain. 1 dies. And then you've got the scatter lasers, which is 12 shots.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s. Wow, 2 misses. Wounding on 3s. That's a few not wounding there. How many is that? 6, 8.
Yep.
Yep, 8. So 6 here. That's 3 fails. Feel no pain. So that's 1 dead, and last 2. Nope. So the entire squad is down. Puts me at 4 blood type points. Morale check on the 2 bikers here. Leadership 8. And they are fine. Let's move on to combats. Right, so combats up here first. 3 attacks from the Dark Reapers at initiative 5, hitting on 4s. That is 1 hit, wounding on 5s. That is a wound. Where's that? 2. That kills one of the dogs on 1 wound. So I'm down now to just 4 attacks, but the Farseer will go next. 4 attacks from the dogs. Hitting on 3s, that is 2 hits. And that is no wounds. So I actually lose combat, but I am fearless. Right, so the possessed up here, for their mutation, they roll 5, which is +1 attack. So that is 3 attacks each. I do issue a challenge, Liam. Do you accept? With your Farseer.
No.
Okay. Right, so these guys are going at the same time as the bikers, so I'm going to swing first. I hit on 4s. That's not too bad at all. Strength 5, toughness 4, so wounding on 3s. That is good. That is 7 saves, Liam. So you're going to have to do these on the bikers first. 4 first. 3 ups.
3 up.
Kills 1, you've got 3 more to do.
2.
That's 7 saves.
I've got 3 more left.
and another one dies. Right, so 4 bikes attacking back at initiative 5 as well. Hitting on 4s. That is 3 hits. Wounding on, we are toughness 4, so you are wounding on 5s. Wow, what a roll. So 3 up armors. Absolutely fine. So Liam, you do lose by 3. So leadership down to 7. He busts morale. I am at initiative 5. So straight dice off. 2 and a 6, and I overrun him. Wow. Also getting Slay the Warlord for me there as well. What a turn of events. Right, so the bikers at this side of Assault jumped 4 inches out of the way. Meanwhile, the Warp Spiders are now going to jump. How far, Liam? 5 inches. So we'll have a look at Liam's cards and see if he scores anything in a second. Right, so Liam's just informed me he scores D3 for behind enemy lines, as he has all of these back there, and he also secures objective marker 2 with these guys. So plus D3 points, Liam. That puts him at, you score 3 points turn 1.
2, so I'm on 4.
5 thanks to First Blood. Right, so let's move on to Khorne Daemonkin turn 3, and thanks to Slay the Warlord and killing that biker unit, I get an extra 2 blood tide points, puts me at 6, and then I get 7 for the start of my turn. Right, so just before we go on to the start of a Khorne Daemonkin turn, the Helldrake, we have to roll to see if it is actually destroyed, as it was crash and burn result on 1 or 2, it's going to go down. And it's a 6, so no, it's going to move straight forward 18 inches onto the bikers and be destroyed, unfortunately, at the start of my next turn, which will put me back to 1 blood tide point if I choose not to use any others. Right, so Liam's just informed us he did get Skyborne Assault due to the Falcons killing the bikers, so that puts him at an extra victory point up to 6. So Khorne Daemonkin turn 3, I'm currently on 4 points thanks to Slay the Warlord, which means I'm going to score Kingslayer immediately. We've got this one still, and I've just drawn this, but funnily enough, I think I might be able to do it. Right, so I'm going to use the champion from the Khorne Berserkers here to summon a Blood Skull Cannon, and I'm going to use Feel No Pain on the Slaughter Cult. So where does this land? Oh crap. Right, so moving phase, the Bloodthirster has moved around to move away from the onslaught of the Falcons. The Possessed are going to secure me objective marker 4. These guys are going to steal objective 3. These guys unfortunately need a 12-inch charge. It's a 10-inch charge and going through cover to get to these. The Rhino, meanwhile, despite the 12 inches, would have been able enough to drive these guys off with tank shock. Can't smash through the wall, so I can't push Liam far enough away, but hopefully this Skull Cannon can take these guys out. I'm praying that Liam fails a couple of armor saves, hopefully. Across here in the middle, the Lone Dog is going to grab that objective, and the bikers over this side are hopefully going to take this one for me as well. Right, so the 2 bikers here missed both shots with the bolt guns, the melter guns, unfortunately, and the Marines over there didn't do any damage to the Guardians at all. But we've got a nice tasty pie plate coming in down here from the Skull Cannon. We're going to target that guy there to get all 5 of them. Let's see how we do. Ballistic skill 5, direct hit. So we are wounding on 2s. It is strength 8. Wow, that's 3. So 3 4 armors, Liam. And 1 guy goes down, unfortunately. But they are now marked for Dread Skulls, which means I can reroll charge distances against them. So hopefully the Bloodletters on the other side there can make it in. Alright, so the Marines here are going to be charging the Guardians. So Liam, that's 18 shots on Overwatch. And the 6s. 1.
Warlock.
2 hits with Shuriken. Looking for 4s, 6s rend. 1 wound. Feel my armor save, feel no pain. past 8. And the scatter laser,
2.
2 hits. 2s. 2 wounds, 3 up. Feel no pain. Nope, so that's 1 Marine down. Unfortunately, it will be the melter gun at the front. Charge distance is 9, so we do make it in. Right, down here we've hurtled in. We have issued a challenge, and Liam's Warlock has stepped up with the aspiring champion. So how many attacks do you have? Just the 1. 2 attacks. Hitting me on 3s. Are your weapon skill 4 or 5?
I want to say 4, but it could be 5.
Okay, well let's see what happens when we roll the hit. So the 5 would hit anywhere. Witchblade is Fleshbane, but AP dash. That's a 4. Oh no. And my champion goes down, so I do get a blood type point for losing my champion in a challenge. So the spawn's going to charge in as well, and that is 7. He makes it in. So Liam's going to do the rest of the attacks with the Guardians.
Against the Space Marine. Well, Chaos.
Okay. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 5s.
1.
1 wound, 3 up, 5 up. Loves it. So I'll work out how many attacks I've got and come back. Right, so I get 4 attacks from each of the guys with 2 close combat weapons, which is 12, plus another 6 from the 2 with bolt guns. Right, so all these attacks I'm hitting on 4s. And we are wounding on 3s, being strength 4. That is not a bad roll, but there's a lot of 1s and 2s there. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 armor saves of 5 plus Liam. 8 before you get to the Warlock, yeah?
Yep.
And then make the last 2. So what's
8
that?
guys die.
8 die altogether. Wow, and then now we've got the spawn. So the spawn's mutation is 4. That is... rolls 2d6 and picks the highest for random attacks. So I get 2 for rage, plus 5 gets me 7 attacks altogether. I'm weapon skill 3, so I hit you on 4s. That's poor. I am strength 5. And that is 3 more wounds, Liam. Who's next? Is that the Warlock next, or is that another Guardian?
From that direction, it's 1 Guardian, then straight on the Warlock after.
Okay, so 5 up. Loves it, 5 up. Nope, and 4 up on the guy on the Warlock.
Look out, sir.
Yep.
Nope. 4 up. Fine.
And loves it. So you lost by how many?
9.
So you need a double 1. Nope. So initiative off. I'm initiative 4. Gets me a 10. 5 gets you a 10, which means I overrun you. So that is 1 more unit killed for me. Unfortunately, not in a challenge. So that gets me up to 3 blood tide points. Meanwhile, down here, the bloodletters are going to charge. Liam has 2 shots for Overwatch, as only that 1 guy can see. Right, 2 shots from the Dire Avengers hitting on 5s. No hits at all, so I do need a 12, but I can reroll thanks to Dread Skulls. Yeah, I'm definitely going to reroll that. Come on, baby. Nope, not at all. Meanwhile, over here, the Lord is going to charge to the top. He does need a 7-inch charge. And he makes it. Right, so this guy has made it up. We are issuing a challenge, and Liam has chose to accept with the Farseer. So my Juggerlord is going to be swinging at the same time thanks to frag grenades. I'm going to attack with his Lightning Claw because the effects of killing anything altogether stacks for Gordringer. So weapon skill I believe on you is 5. Either way, I'm hitting on 3s because I'm weapon skill 6. And I have preferred enemy, but that's not going to help with the 2s. Now I am strength 5, I believe, and I'm re-rolling because of preferred enemy and shred. So that is 5 wounds, Liam. you're going to have to do these. He's on 3 wounds, yeah?
Yeah.
So 3 at a time. 4 bin one.
Yep.
So he's down to 1 wound, so 1 more. And he dies, and then he would kill one of the Dark Reapers as well due to being AP 3. Right, so Liam's just rolled the attacks for the Farseer. Unfortunately, he didn't even hit. The Dark Reapers, however, 3 attacks going against the dogs at initiative 5, so that is 3 hits, Liam. You're wounding on 5s, and that is unfortunately no wounds. So we'll work the dogs' attacks. Right, so Furious Charge from the one with the Juggerlord, hitting on 3s, that is 2. He has Preferred Enemy thanks to the Warlord. That's a miss, and I'm wounding on 2s because I'm strength 5 thanks to charge with Preferred Enemy. So that is 2 wounds at AP dash Liam. 3 up armor on the Exarch, and he's fine. And I've then got 4 attacks from the other dogs as well, who don't have Preferred Enemy, and that is 2 more wounds, 3 up armor. He takes a wound, so that is 1, 2 for the second Dark Reaper, and 3 because of the Farseer. So Exarch's leadership 9.
Yep.
So -5 needing leadership 4. And he passes. Wow. Did not expect that. So we don't get a blood type point for that, but we do kill something in a challenge. So let's have a look at our card. Alright, so I scored D3 for Kingslayer for 3 points. And I'm also getting blood and skulls for Khorne for killing the other Farseer in a challenge over there. And I am going to discard Domination because I don't think I'm going to have enough units after next turn to be able to get it. So that puts me at 4, 7, 8, 9 points thanks to Slay the Warlord.
Right. Eldar turn 3. These are my cards. Let's see if we can do it.
Right, so Liam's done his movement. These guys are probably looking to annihilate the Lonely Hound on this side, whilst the Wraithguard look to take out the 2 bikers on this flank. Crimson Hunter Exarch looking to probably take down the Skull Cannon, and the Swooping Hawks probably looking to take the Berserkers that are hiding nicely beneath there. Meanwhile, across this way, the Spiders have leapt into action to probably take out the Rhino, and the Fire Dragons and Falcons moving in to potentially take out the Bloodletters and really start to minimise the number of units that I have on the board. Let's see what Liam does in the shooting phase, as unfortunately there is no cycle. Right, so down here, first thing to go is 2 Deflamers on these guys. So Liam, that is 4 hits altogether, looking for 3s and above. And yep, that's D3 wounds, so they are dead, dead, dead. Gets me another blood type point, puts me at 6. Wave Serpent, the dog there. So Scatter Laser range 36, 4 shots, Twin Linked hitting on 3s, extra shot. Wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds, 5 up. And that is a dog dead, puts me at 7 points. Right, so the Crimson Hunter is shooting a ground target, the Skull Cannon hitting on 3s, but his Flying Ace allows him to re-roll 1s, or his Squad Leader roll rather. Oh. Ouch. So we're looking for 4s, Liam. And that is a Glance and a Pen. Glance, 5 up. Fail it. Pen. We pass it. So it's suffered a Glance, it's down to 2 hull points. Alright, so the Fire Dragons at this side are going to Battle Focus through and look to blow up that Rhino. So Battle Focus move, 1 inch with Fleet. 3 inches gets them just on the other side. Right, so we've got Fire Dragons, 5 shots plus the Exarch on the red, rerolling to a 6. And that's 1 miss. It's armor 11, so just roll them and see. Any 3s you get would be an auto pen. So there is, how many pens is that? That's 3 pens, so it's gone anywhere. Right, so there's the penetration roll on a 5 and a 4, brings it up to 7. The Rhino is gone, but how far does it explode, Liam? 2 inches, clipping 2 spiders and probably 1 fire dragon. Right, so it's actually wounding 2 fire dragons and 2 spiders. So 2 wounds on the dragons. That's a single wound. 3 up Liam. Fail, so dragon goes down. And the warp spiders, that is 2 wounds on the spiders, 3 up on them. And they love it. Right, so scatter lasers from the falcons are shooting at the bloodletters here. So hitting on 3s, not twin linked. Not too bad, not too bad. It's a good few wounds. How many is that?
8.
8 forbs thanks to the cover of the Aegis. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus feel no pain, which I don't get, unfortunately. I'm only toughness 3, so 4 of them do go down. Wounding on 2s. It's a good few wounds. How many is that?
8.
8 forbs thanks to the cover of the Aegis. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus feel no pain, which I don't get, unfortunately. I'm only toughness 3, so 4 of them do go down. Alright, 6 shots from the pulse lasers hitting on 3s. That is 4 hits. Can't see the other one.
5.
5 hits. Killing on 2s. That is 4. I have got a 4 cover still. 1 of them survives. And there we go.
Underslung.
Have they got shuriken cannons?
Yeah, underslung.
Right, and you move less than 6, so you do get to fire them all at full ballistic skill. So 9 shots. Hitting on 3s, so a few misses there. Wounding on 2s. What's that, 4?
4, yeah.
4 covers. Nope. And he dies, puts me at 8 blood tide points all together. And in the centre, the spiders, are you battle focusing first?
They should be in range, I think.
Yeah, they are. No problem. So, the spinneret rifle only getting 1 shot due to not being within rapid fire range. And hits. And kills. I do get feel no pain though, which I fail, so the lead marine will go down. And then we've got 8 shots. 1 miss. Wounding on 2s. And that is 3 wounds with 3 up armour. Sorry, there was a 6 there, wasn't there?
Yep, 1.
There was. So 2 up armours, which I pass, and a single feel no pain, which I fail. So that is that guy gone as well. So what's next, Liam? Right, so the Dire Avengers there are going to battle focus forward, looking to potentially take out the Marines here. That's a 6-inch run.
They will.
Right, so that is 6-inch run for the Dire Avengers, and they are now going to unload into these 3 Marines. That's 6 shots. Hitting on 2s, thankfully. Wounding on 4s, 6s rend. There's a rend, 2 rends, and 2 armour saves. So 2 armour saves. Loves it, and then the 2 feel no pains, and a pass 1, a fail 1, so that guy will go down as well. Right, so the fire dragons at this side are going to be battle focusing. They are going to look to try and shoot these guys through the window at the other side. 1 fleet. 5 should be enough to get a couple of shots in. So the fire dragons here, 3 of them can see through the window at the bloodletters. So Liam hitting on 2s. Reroll the 1 to a 6. Nope.
It gets a reroll because of X-Arc anyway.
Okay, but then you don't get the reroll to wound. Yeah. So that's 3 hits. 2s. That is 2 wounds, 4 cover. And that's 2 dead, leaving 1 of them alive. Right, and these guys have turbo boost up, but now Liam is ready for the assault phase. So who is assaulting Liam? In fact, before we do that, these guys need a morale check, which they pass. So, assaults.
The swooping hawks are going to charge in and hit the cannon with their grenades.
No problems. Charge distance, in fact that's in regardless, so we'll go around there and work. Right, so the chariot that counts as 2 blood letters riding it is weapon skill 5, so Liam's grenades are going first at initiative 5, so hitting on 4s, Liam. And yeah, that's 3 hits. 3 hairwires. That's a nothing, and a 4, which is 1 whole point with a 5 up. Nope, so I get 2 attacks back as I'm still on 1 whole point, and a miss. Yeah. Right, so up here in this combat, the Juggernaut has to issue a challenge. Liam might as well accept.
Yeah.
I'll go first at initiative 6. I've got 3 attacks, +1 for 2 weapons, +1 for Juggernaut. They all hit and kill. So that gets me another 2 blood type points, and obviously that puts me up at 8 still. So we'll consolidate out. Liam's informed me that he does score objective marker 5 and objective marker 2 with the fire dragons under there. Right, so these are the cards that I've now drawn. We've getting these ones. This one I can get. This one I can definitely get. This one though might be a bit of an issue. Right, so for blood type points I used a load to summon the blood crushers at this side. They did scatter ever so slightly. Hopefully create another target over this side of the board for Liam. And we've used Feel No Pain on the Slaughter Cult as well. The spawn moving forward to hopefully at least try and tie these up. Might get lucky and take it out. Meanwhile, the D-Thirster and the 2 Marines are going to hopefully take out the Dire Avengers. Unfortunately, I can't get a nice charge lane in on the Spiders. Over the other side though, the Possessed unfortunately aren't going anywhere, and the 1 blood letter left here is going to score this objective. Meanwhile, over this side, the Khorne Berserkers are going to be charging in and of course issuing a challenge against the Hawks. And back here, the Juggernaut Lord has detached. He's now at strength 10 thanks to doing 6 wounds altogether. He's going to be at strength 10 thanks to Gore Drinker. So I'm of course going to charge the Wave Serpent and get rid of Liam's mobility on this flank. Meanwhile, the dogs will be charging in separately to the these sides there. Hopefully we can survive and at least kill them or tie them up. Who knows? It's going to be eventful though. So we've got 2 bolt pistols firing in at the Dire Avengers there, hitting on 3s. That is a miss. And we've got a single plasma pistol from the Juggerlord at the Wave Serpent. Hits and does nothing. So yeah, let's move on to charges. Pretty sure he's going to be in. Liam, the single hound here is going to be charging. So 2d3 Wall of Flame. For, what's that, a 3 and 2, so that's 5. Right, so that was 5 hits on that dog thanks to the deflamers. So Liam, wow, ouch. 5 invuns. 5 up, come on. Nah, and that's going to kill him because that's going to do at least 3 wounds. So that 1 dog is gone. Give me 1 more blood type point, Liam. And then the other 2 dogs are going to charge in there. They do, however, have Hammer of Wrath. So 6s to wound. Wow, that is a wound. 3 up. Cool, and I get 6 attacks with them on the charge. We do swing at the same time though, so I'm hitting you on 3s and wounding you on 5s because of Furious Charge. There is 4 wounds, so 4 3-up armors. Wow, we killed them, but they do swing back. It's 2 attacks. That is 1 hit. That is 1 wound. 5 up in run. Fail, so both dogs are now on a single wound. Right, so down here the Juggernaut is made it in. He's hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s for preferred enemy. Wow, that's a lot of 6s, Liam. And it's auto pen. Just roll for it. There we go. So please make 6 Holofield saves of 5 up. Nope, so it goes through 5 times. AP2 because of Gore Drinker. And yep, it explodes. It's only me that it's going to hurt, so you need a 5 to wound me because of toughness 5. And it doesn't, unfortunately. Meanwhile, down here, my aspiring champion will issue a challenge. Will your Exarch accept? He will. Right, so you get 5 grenades against the skull cannon first. Right, so 5 grenades on the skull cannon, hitting on 4s. That is 2 hits. Haywire, looking for 2s. That is a 2 and a 5. 5 up in run. Pass 1, fail 1. So the skull cannon is wrecked. Meanwhile, your champion gets to swing, or your Exarch rather gets to swing at my champion. He has 2 attacks, so 1 more. And he doesn't hit. Meanwhile, you have 5 attacks, 2 base, +1 for 2 weapons, +2 for charging, and I've got a power weapon. I hit on, I believe, 3s because you're weapon skill 4, or your weapon skill 5. Weapon skill 5, so that's 3 hits. Liam's going to double check that, but I do wound you on 3s with a power weapon. And that is definitely 3 wounds dealt out, so that would kill the Exarch and 1 of the swooping hawks. Meanwhile, the rest of the berserkers here have 4 attacks each on the charge, so between 5 of them, that is 20 attacks. The rest of the hawks are only ballistic skill 4, aren't they? So they would hit on 3s. So there's a few misses in there. I believe berserkers do have furious charge, so I'm actually wounding you on 2s. Not a bad hit, lots of 6s there actually, and now we are wounding on 3 2s because I have furious charge. That is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 4 ups, Liam. So we're only looking for 4 to wipe out the unit. And there we go. That scores me another blood type point, putting me at 5. Spawn is charging in here. Liam has 12 shots. So scatter lasers, looking for 6s. And 1. Just the 1. Wounding on 3s because I'm toughness 5. That is no wounds. Charge distance for the spawn. 4 inches I don't think it's going to be enough, and he doesn't have fleet. Is that enough? So yep, that was just shy of 4 inches, so the spawn gets a mutation of 1. 1 is an armor save of 4+, followed by feel no pain that I've used for the slaughter cult. So I get 2 attacks base, plus d6. Wow. Liam does get to go first though. He got 3 attacks. Hitting me on 3s, 1 hit, wounding me on 6s, nothing, and I get 3 attacks hitting on 4s. I get 2 hits, I am strength 5, wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound, 3 up armor, and survives. It's a tied combat down there. Meanwhile, across here, let's go for the Marines. The Marines will charge your Dire Avengers first. So 6 shots hitting on 5s. Ouch, that's 4 hits. Wounding on 4s. That's 2. 3 up. Loves it. And the charge distance for them, 6 inches is going to make it in. And then the Bloodthirst is going to charge in as well. 4 inches. That might not be enough. Have a look at that. Right, so Bloodthirster did make it in. Hammer of Wrath. That is a single wound. 3 up on the Dire Avengers, is it? Or 4? 4 save. Fine. Now, of course, the Bloodthirster will issue a challenge. Will you accept?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So, going first will be your Exarch. Hitting me on 5s. 1 hit. Wounding me on your strength 3.
Has a power weapon.
Yep, so you're cutting through my armour, but you're still wounding me on 6s. And that's a 3, so no. Meanwhile, the other 3 guys will get to attack either the Bloodthirster or the Marines. Where are you going?
Go Marines.
Go for the Marines. So that is 3 hits. That is 1 wound. So 3 up. Loves it. Meanwhile, the Marines get the swing back. There is 3 attacks each from them. Oop. Hitting on your weapon skill 4, yeah. So that is 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound, Liam. So the 2 guys down there do have Mark of Khorne, so do get an extra 2 attacks. And that is 1 hit. That's 1 more wound. Right, so the D-Thirsty has 6 attacks base. Plus 2 for rage. Hitting your Exarch on 3s. And of course, strength D. Wow, really? So, Liam, you need to make 5 4-bin runs, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead. How many was that you failed? So yeah, it goes through the rest of the squad as well, killing who in the challenge and wiping out a unit. Gets me another 3 blood tide points, which puts me back up to 8. So let's have a look at what points I score this turn. Do score objective 3. I do score blood and guts. Unfortunately, I actually killed everything. That's a problem. So I'm going to discard this card as I think it's a little bit awkward to get. So I'm on 8. This gives me 9 plus D3. For another 3 puts me at 12.
Okay guys, bottom of Eldar turn 4. These are the cards we drew. Let's see what we can do.
Right, so Liam's Falcons have moved the full 12 inches, looking to get lines of shots in on the possessed up there. And the Fire Dragons, meanwhile, looking to probably annihilate that lone Bloodletter in there. He's not doing anything wrong, Liam. Not a thing, swear. Fire Dragons and the Crimson Hunter has Vector Danced, looking to take out the Bloodthirster, I reckon. The Spiders are about to jump as well, but Liam's got nothing left over this side of the board other than them bikes, but he has a hell of a lot of firepower over here. So Liam, how far are the Spiders jumping? 9, that is 7 to 15 inches. Let's see where they are going. Right, so down here, the Fire Dragons are going after the Bloodletter in there. So Liam's 6 shots, one of them being the Exarch. 2s to hit. And that's all hit. 2s to wound. And that is, what, 5? 5, 5. 4 because of cover. Nope, and he's annihilated. Yep. Scatter lasers at this side on the Falcons are going to shoot full ballistic skill at the possessed. So 12 shots, Liam. Hitting on 3s, not twin linked. Oh, fair few misses there. Looking for 2s as we are only toughness 4. So that is what, 4 saves. 3 up, followed by Feel No Pain. Nope, so 1 dies. Down to 4, and then you've got 6 Brightland pulse laser shots.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s. 2 misses, wounding on 2s. That's 4. 4 5-up in runs, no Feel No Pain because of strength 8. That leaves 1. And I'm guessing you're going to go after them with the Spiders, yeah?
I think I might be in range with the Shuriken Cannon.
Let's have a quick look, we'll jump around and check. Right, so the Falcons are within 24 inches of the possessed champion, but Liam is hitting on 6s though. So 9 shots hitting on 6s. Oh, holy crap, that's what, 3?
Yep.
Wounding on 2s. 6s are rending.
Come on, more 6s. Yeah.
A rend and an armor save. So, the armor save first, which he fails, so I need to pass 2 Feel No Pains. Nope, that's 4, so he is dead. Get me another blood tide point. Right, so the spiders are shooting at the bloodthirster, so there's only a couple of them in range. Are you battle focusing forward?
No.
No, so that is 6 shots from the 3 and 1 shot from the Exarch with the spinneret rifle. So 6 shots, hitting on 2s, 1 miss. You are wounded on 6s because the bloodthirster is initiative 9, but 6s are AP 1. And that is no wounds. Single shot from the Exarch. Hits, 6s.
Yes.
Ooh, 5 up in run. No, so he's on a single wound. Who's going next?
I will battle focus with them now.
Yep.
Towards objective 4.
Okay. Single inch fleet.
Yep. 6.
6 inches. We'll move them shortly, but what else are you firing down here?
Crimson from the Exarch.
Okay, go for it. So you're hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, thanks to your flyer wing leader detachment. 2 hits. Wounding on 2s at AP 2. 1. 5 up in run.
Mix it.
No! Bloodthirster has been cut down. Meanwhile, in the centre, these guys are going to fire at the 2 remaining Marines. What have they done to you, Liam?
The chaos.
Well, you're dirty, filthy elves.
They blew up our planet.
Right. Hitting on 2s.
I'll hit.
Yep. 2s to kill. I'll go to ground. How many is that?
5.
4. Yeah, they're dead. Yep. I guess that's combat then. Right, so combat's down here. D3 mutation on spawn. 5 or 6, I believe that is AP3. Right, so that's actually poison, which is important because I'm a higher strength than Liam, which means I can re-roll to wound. So I do get D6 attacks. I get 3 attacks. Liam, you get to go first, my friend.
Yay.
3 attacks hitting on 3s.
I'll hit.
Wounding on 6s. 1. I have got feel no pain off thanks to the blood tide points. So I drop a wound. He's down to 2 wounds. He's got 3 attacks. I hit on 4s. That is 2 hits. Poison, but re-roll, thankfully. 4, nothing.
I will combat. Are you fearless?
I'll double check to see if they're fearless. Right, so Liam scores combined strike for shooting something, i.e. the Bloodthirster and the Marines. He also scores secure objective 3, scoring 2 more points. Right, so turn 5 I've drew secure objective 2, that's going to be difficult to get to. Scour the skies, I've got nothing that can shoot at the sky, and assassinate, kill a character, which is going to be difficult considering Liam's fire dragons all over the other side of the table. For blood tide points, I've elected to summon another skull cannon, hopefully shoot through and get lucky, maybe kill the Exarch there. I doubt it, but you never know. And I've elected to use Feel No Pain on the slaughter cult that is left of the spawn and the Juggernaut Lord. The Juggernaut Lord is hiding in case the game ends. Of course, to get line breaker and deny Liam slay the Warlord. The Blood Crushers are going to be charging the bikes here to take them out. So, my turn is going to be very, very quick, Liam. If we grab the large blast template, we're going to go straight in the centre here. Let's see if we get a direct hit. Ballistic skill 5. Oh, we do for 5. So we are strength 8, they are toughness 3. We wound them on 2s for 5 hits. That is 4 wounds, Liam. 3 up armor save on 4 of your fire dragons.
I will do 3, then I'll do a little bit after.
Okay, so 3 up armors. Ooh, 2 die, and then the last one.
3 up.
Cool, so 2 fire dragons die. They will need a morale check though, and because they are part of the aspect formation, they do get to re-roll. So leadership 9, which they pass of course. Charges, these guys are going to be straight in here. Liam, double 1 would make them in. There we go, those guys will charge in. So D3 for the spawn. 4 gives me, what is it, reroll to wound, I think. Spawn does get 2 D3 attacks. Liam, do you want to use your 3 attacks first?
Yeah, I'm going against the spawn.
Against the spawn, yep. So we're looking for 3s. All hit 6s. Nothing, unfortunately. Meanwhile, the Blood Hunters, we do have 4 attacks from the Blood Hunter, 5 on the charge, and 4 each from the other 2. So I am hitting the bikes on 3s. There's a few misses there. And I am wounding Furious Charge Strength 4, I believe, killing on 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4 at AP3 would wipe out the bikes. So consolidation for them, 4 inches, and the spawn 4 inches as well. I don't score any points, but yeah, let's move on to Eldar turn 5.
Okay, Eldar turn 5. We drew Harness the War, but unfortunately we can't do that anymore because our psychics are gone. Secure Objective 5. That's covered in chaos at the minute, so it would be very difficult to get. And Secure Objective 1, which is all the way on the other side of the table, and there's no way I can get to there because my jetbikes are gone.
Eldar movement phase, the Falcons have pulled back, looking to secure a line breaker if the game ends, and get some shots through at the Skull Cannon here. Meanwhile, the Crimson Hunter, using Vector Dancer, is looking to hopefully double out a couple of these Blood Crushers. And then Liam is hoping that the Spiders, between the assault jump and run move, as well as the flicker jump, can hopefully make it across and score him another point. So let's see what he can do. But first of all, move through cover for these Fire Dragons, Liam. Difficult terrain. Oh, 2 inches. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be enough to get them within range, even with a 6-inch battle focus on those guys. And we're going to jump the Spiders across this way.
Yep.
So how far do they jump? Right, Liam 6, man, that's insane. That's an 18-inch jump for the Spiders. How many have you lost to a 1-1 though? Ever. 3 consecutive turns I've done it once with them, and they hate me. So 16 inches is probably going to come across to here, but we'll work that out and then move on to the shooting. The scatter lasers coming through the ruins at the Skull Cannon. That is what, 12 shots hitting on 3s. Fair volley, and then we're looking for 6s. How many is that?
1.
Just the 1. 4 up cover, and we pass it. You've then got 6 pulse laser shots hitting on 3s. 4 hits, glancing on 4s. That is 1 penetrating hit, 4 cover. That's a 5.
Yeah.
Right, so Crimson Hunter shooting at these guys, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, and he will be doubling me out. Ooh, re-rolling the 1 miss, so wounding on 2s. Oof, 2 wounds. And 1 saved, 1 is killed. And I think Liam needs to now battle focus around this side to hopefully take out just that Blood Hunter in the middle. So 6-inch battle focus move there, and we've got 8 shots coming in from the Spiders, hitting on 2s, and then wounding on 2s. Ooh, how many is that?
That is 6.
6. 5 ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kills them. Wow. And then I'm guessing you're going to assault jump straight onto the objective. Do you want to roll your assault jump now? 3-inch assault jump. I'll literally take him to there. So I have got only, what was that, 1 blood tide point for being killed with those guys. So let's have a look at the points. Liam does score secure objective marker 5, and he currently has line breaker, but in combination with my line breaker puts the score at 13-12 in my favour. Liam, does this game continue on a 3+? No, it does not. Wow, what an epic, brutal game. There has been death, destruction and carnage across the entire battlefield, and Khorne is very pleased this day. Some absolute blinding movements and shooting from both sides, and some brilliant combats.
Right guys, so there we go. That is the end of an epic bloodshed of a battle. I'm sure you would agree, Liam.
Yep.
Absolutely brutal on both parts. Devastation wrecked, especially when them Falcons came in. Probably have to agree, they were definitely your MVP.
Yep.
Definitely. The amount of stuff that they destroyed, Deafy, the Soul Grinder, and even taking out the Bloodthirster in the end as well.
Yeah.
Devastating stuff. It was really nice to get some of the new Khorne units on the board for me, even though they may not have done much. Is that your first time playing against Khorne Daemonkin?
It's the first time playing against demons in general.
And what do you think?
I enjoyed the endless wave, even though you're only bringing one unit on every turn.
Yeah.
It felt, another weird thing about this, one of my favourite armies to play against is the Endless Swarm for Nids.
Yeah.
It was like that, but better because Nids are crap.
But yeah, I agree, bringing an extra unit on every turn definitely makes a difference. It generates an extra target, especially with a shooty army such as Eldar. Who is your sucky unit of the game for you?
The Warplunder.
Yeah, unfortunately he got one shot and did a single hull point to the Soul Grinder, didn't he?
200 points.
You killed Deafy, he did nothing, he was 200 and the Soul Grinder's nearly 200.
Yeah, but that was a 700 like unit.
Formation altogether. Unit of the game for myself would definitely have to be the Juggerlord, taking out the Farseer and the Dark Reaper Exarch, getting Gore Drinker up to strength 10, allowing him to insta-pen that Wave Serpent and cutting through other things as well. It's a shame I couldn't get him into a better situation to charge through more units. Sucky unit of the game for me has to be the D-Thirster. He made mincemeat of 4 Dire Avengers.
I don't think many of your units were bad, it was just where they were at the time.
Agreed. The Mauler Fiend, for example, and again the Defiler and the Soul Grinder that were down on this side. It's only, what, 4th game I think I've played with the Daemonkin, so I'm still getting used to them. I do like them a lot though. Liam, it's been fantastic having you around, and the Eldar are looking very nice indeed now that they are painted. I hope you've enjoyed the battle report today. Liam will be back for sure, and the Daemonkin and his Eldar will also be back as well. So thanks very much for watching guys, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.